This golf tip is for you who tend to hook the ball or push the ball out to the right. Now, for you overdrawers out there, you in sort of very fortunate golf world, as I like to put it, if you tend to see the ball curving off to the left, an overdraw, it's a polite way of saying a hook, to be honest with you, but an overdraw, a shot that starts slightly left but goes even further left, or it starts slightly straight and curves quite a bit to the left. This is going to be the tip for you. Now, why does this happen? Which usually because we're coming far too much from the inside. In other words, the sweet spot on your golf club is traveling too much in to out as you're coming into that golf ball. For a plethora of reasons. There's a huge amount of reasons. It could be right shoulder dropping down too soon, too much side bend. But again, all that's a little bit complex and complicated. And we can't really see that. If we go to the range, for example, and we video our golf swing, we're not exactly going to see that, okay? So what we do need, especially as I say, if we do video our swing down on the range, then we need to find out and look for some little cues. Some cues about to what's happening. And this for me is a great cue that we can look for in a two-dimensional video that you put on your phone or your iPad or your tablet, whatever it might be. So we notice that that golf club is going to travel too much in to out if we have those blocks or those overdraws. Now, the key here is where that golf club is finishing up. So the cue to see on that video where that golf club is finishing up. Now, if you put your camera, very similar to like I've done this, if you put your camera roughly about sort of hip height and on the line between the shaft sticker and your target, okay, this will be best viewed from that sort of angle. So not sort of 45 degrees in front of us or be 45 degrees behind us, sort of directly in line between the shaft sticker and the golf ball. That's where we'll see, that's where you should position your camera for this, because it might be a little bit misleading if we don't quite get the camera to where it should be. And what I want you to do, I want you to look out for this, where your club finishes halfway through. Now, halfway through the swing is, for me, pretty much about pocket height. So parallel to the ground, around about pocket height. And if your golf club, you can see the very butt end of your golf club there, that's too much outwards towards that target. So if you see that golf club, if you can still see the golf club at this point here, that is going too much outwards. And our bad shots will become a little bit thin, a little bit blocky, the odd occasional fat, but you'll start to see quite a lot of curvature on that ball to the left if we are swinging that golf club out here. What I want you to do there, if that is you, I want you, again, videoing your swing, feeling this on the way through. What's this? I want you to feel at that same stage, I want you to finish your golf swing with your club pointing at our target, but behind us, behind our bum, okay? So it's not out there. You'll notice how the club is not out there. We don't want it out there. We want to make sure the club is around and behind our bum and pointing at the target. We don't want the shaft pointing over to the left-hand side. It's not the worst thing if the shaft points slightly right, but we want to make sure that club is behind us. Why do we want to make sure that's happening? Because it shows we're turning through, especially the lower body, we're turning through and giving those hands and that club room with which to turn around the corner, as I like to say. Because the problem is, if we're too busy side bending, club gets behind and the club goes out, then yeah, that's going to be a struggle. But instead of me talking to you about all those complex physical movements, all we need to do is watch out for one real thing. It's that feeling, that visual of that golf club finishing behind our backside as opposed to out in front. And automatically, your body will then turn, your lower body will turn through, giving that club room which to maneuver as opposed to out here. And what we'll start to see is that ball going really, really straight, starting straight, but really straight. But be warned, we have to make sure, if you slice the ball, for example, if you're curving the ball out to the right, please do not do this at home. Please do not do this on the golf course. Please do not do this on the driving range, okay? If you have a big slice, like a lot of golfers do, please do not do this. This is not for you. only if you're seeing the ball curving dramatically left and seeing the ball push, not a curve one, straight one out to the right, but really, especially if that ball's curving left, we've got to make sure this is for you. Okay, if you slice it, this isn't for you. If you hook it, this is for you. That feeling, that golf club's going behind our bum as opposed to out. And if we see that on our camera, or we've got our friends at the driving range to see it, more than likely, you're going to hit that ball nice and straight. Feel that club going around us, finishing behind our bum, and not out in front of us.